Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do two things in the same video. We're going to have a chat about the risks, particularly for newbies, of getting addicted to Pattaya, and the risks of being involved in a long-term relationship with a bar girl. The thing that we're doing while we're having a chat is showing you around the three main shopping malls in Pattaya on Second Road. Now I'm going to put a map up for you newbies to show you where these malls are and where Second Road is. It runs through the centre of Pattaya. So I'll look at this map now. So follow the yellow cursor. This red line is Second Road. Now at the bottom there, that's Second Road, okay? Now at the bottom, that's South Pattaya Road, okay? That is Walking Street. Now we're going to come up here along Second Road until we get to Royal Gardens, okay? And a little bit further up is Mike's Shopping Mall, but that's closed at the moment. It didn't reopen on the 1st. A little bit further up on the left is Central Festival Shopping Mall. And then you've got Pattaya Klang, Central Pattaya Road. And a bit further up is Central Marina Mall on the right. And that's as far as we're going to go in this video. But further up is Terminal 21, which we're going to do in a completely separate video. That's Beach Road down there. Okay, so you got it? That's the map. So let's continue, okay? So on the left side coming up is Royal Garden. And this is Royal Garden. It's a place with the airplane stuck in the side of the building. That's Royal Garden. So we'll go and have a look in here and we'll start with the conversation. Okay? Now this chat is really a newbie's guide to getting addicted to Pattaya bar girls. That's the best title I could think of. Can't do any shorter than that. I'm drawing this information from personal experience by myself and also by several of my expat friends. And it's mainly about the very first time you come to Pattaya. Now I would really like you experienced guys to put in the comments any relevant information about that you'd like to share about when your first time was, the very first time you came, and how it was for you the very first time. But the first time I came and my friends came, each of us felt the same way, completely blown away by the amount of gorgeous girls everywhere. Not just in the bars, but in the streets, in the shopping malls, in the markets, everywhere, everywhere. Now for a single guy, it's just like arriving in paradise. And in fact you have, for as long as you can afford it. Your emotions will be overwhelmed. You've probably never experienced anything like it before in your life. And you're about to go through a 2-week or however long your holiday is, emotional roller coaster ride. You guys who've been through this first time emotional roller coaster ride, please comment below and help the newbies to understand what they're getting themselves into. Now I'm going to interrupt the conversation here and there just to tell you where we are and what we're doing. So this in Royal Gardens it's a really classy mall. It used to be the #1 mall in the whole of Pattaya until they built Central Festival, and then of course Terminal 21 after that. But it's still very classy and very nice. It has lots of high-end named companies in here, and also upstairs it has Ripley's Believe It or Not, which is very unusual. You have to pay to go in, but it's an unusual place. You see lots of different themed things in there. They used to, years ago, they used to have a hydrogen balloon on the roof, which you could actually have a ride in. It had a basket underneath, and it was on like a 100-foot tether, and it would go up in the air. I haven't seen that for years and years and years. It's probably finished and gone by now. But it was, what I'm saying is, it's a nice place, unusual place. It runs right the way through to the beach, to the beach road, to the beach. I'll show you right through, and then after that we'll jump back on the bike and we'll go up to Central Festival. Okay, so let's carry on with what we're talking about. So getting back to the conversation about Pattaya, what you'll have trouble getting your head around is how natural it seems with a working girl in Thailand, not just Pattaya. It's a world away from working girls in Western countries. I mean, let's just take two examples, which you may be familiar with: Amsterdam and Las Vegas. Now, I've been there, I've done that in both of those places. And in both cases, it was businesslike, it was cold, and it was emotionless. And the first time I ever came to Pattaya, I was gobsmacked with how different it is. It's friendly and it's fun. That's the beach, by the way. So we're going to jump on the motorbike, go up to Central Festival now. This is second road going north, you saw on the map. Okay. And we'll pass on the left side. You see that big building on the right? That's the new Edge. That's just been finished, but it won't be open for another month or more for lettings and things. I'll probably go and have a look at it again then. On the opposite that, on the left side, is Mike's Shopping Mall, but as I said, it's closed. Didn't reopen on the 1st, which I thought it was going to, but it didn't. So we'll continue up, and then on the left side further up is Central Festival, which we'll have a walk through to the beach road, to the beach. I may have come back because it's a big mall, so I'll give you a good look around there, and then we'll go further up. Okay. So as I was saying, here it's friendly, it's fun, it's like a normal great night out with the guys, but you're just paying a little extra for a little extra company. And considering everyone else around you is doing exactly the same thing, it makes it seem normal, and there's no guilt, no embarrassment. In fact, you forget that you're actually with a working girl, and it feels like you just picked up one of the best looking girls you've had for years on your first night. That's how good it feels. Okay, we'll park up the bike here and we'll go across. I'll just take you around Central Festival downstairs. It's got many levels, but I'll just take you downstairs and show you that some of the main shops and things in here. This is a Sunday, by the way. I didn't mention what day it was. It's a Sunday and it's early mid-afternoon. I think it was about 2 o'clock-ish, something like that. But it's not that busy yet, of course. This shutter here, the big white shutter, was down for many weeks, and it's just reopened, as you know, on the 1st of September. So I'll have a wander in here. You just have to sign in and put your name and your phone number and check your temperature, and then we can just walk in. I'll just skip that bit. Okay, back to the chat. So this feeling that you just picked up this girl is what Pattaya is all about. This is why guys get addicted to Pattaya. It feels like you're on a date, which is emphasized by the fact that when you leave the bar with her, after paying the bar fine of course, many guys will take the girl out for a meal together and maybe a nightclub and get drunk together and have fun together, just like you would do with a girl you'd met, a normal girl you'd met. And then she'll start calling you darling and everything, or T-lac and what have you, which sounds great. And then you go back to your hotel and have an amazing time together. The next day around lunchtime you have an amazing time again, and at this point is when reality starts to step in again, and you have to decide if you want to cash up or continue to roll the dice. Do you want a second night with her, or are you going to go for a change? Now this is a really important decision that you're about to make. You don't realize it at the time, but it really is an important decision. If you follow the 1 day rule, it should not be a 3 day rule, in my opinion. That's way too long for most guys, well, many guys, because they get hooked by the second day. So if you follow the 1 day rule, then you can never become too emotionally involved with any girl. You'll become a butterfly, flitting from flower to flower, which in many guys' eyes is the way to do it. That's the safest and best way to do it. Many guys think like that, right? However, if you're enjoying yourself so much with this girl that you decide to ignore all these rules that you've heard of, then you're putting yourself at risk of becoming emotionally involved with this girl. Or should I say, with this working girl, to be more correct. If you look through the door there, that's Beach Road, that's the beach, that's the sea out there. Okay, we'll turn around and we'll walk back through on the other side, so you can have a quick look at the other side while we're chatting. Okay? So if you decide to spend a second or a third or more nights with this girl, she may start to open up with you, like showing you pictures on her phone of her family, who she'll make clear she has to support, and she's the main breadwinner. And she'll comment something like, "Oh, the money you gave me on the very first day, that's my grandma, and I bought her a walking stick with that. Aren't you a good person buying my grandma a walking stick?" This is a sort of emotional trap that you get led into. This is the sort of emotional bonding that you get sucked into. She's sleeping with you, you're going out together, having fun together, go drinks, go dancing together, sometimes she cooks for you, and it feels like you just got a new girlfriend. The thing that you need to remind yourself of constantly is that it's all an illusion. You've got to this girlfriend stage very quickly because it's what she does for a living. She knows men. She knows what buttons to press to accelerate this girlfriend fantasy. And if she feels you have a soft heart, and there's a chance that she can stay with you for the rest of your vacation for a week or two, it's easy work for her. She doesn't have to go dancing in the bars or clubs, and she doesn't have to go with different customers all the time. It's far, far easier work for her. And there's also a good chance that she could turn you into a sponsor who will send her money every month, which is good for her. But before it gets to the end of your vacation, there's one last thing that she will want from you, and that will be some gold. She'll say something like, she'll miss you so much, and she would like something that she can think about you all the time when she looks at it constantly. And a nice gold ring would do beautifully. Now, bar girls know that Western men consider a ring to be a symbol of love or belonging, if you like. So she'll use that as an emotional connection to get you to buy her a gold ring. And the bigger the ring, the more your feelings are for her. Something else that you need to know is that in Thailand, gold is so pure that it's considered to be a second currency, and it's used as a second currency. So any gold bought from any shop can be returned to any other shop and exchanged for cash at any time with very, very little depreciation, usually next to nothing. Sometimes they can even get more for it than you paid. Okay, that was Central Festival. Beautiful place, isn't it? So we're back on the bike going north up Second Road again, and we'll go up to the Central Marina, it's called, which is a shopping mall, and on the that's Soy 7, by the way, disaster area now. So we're going to go up to Central Marina. Now behind the back of there is a big sea, but it's a nice big shopping mall. So on the left side, just up here, if you're ever wondering where the famous Soy 6 is, it's just on the left, a little bit up here. It's obviously closed at the moment, but it's just on the left up here. And then on the right is Centric Sea, which is the very, very tall high-rise. I did a video on a couple of Centric Sea apartments, condos, the other week. So it's a little bit of a run up here, not 2 minutes, 3 minutes. And also on the left side here is where the runway 88 with the jumbo jet, the 747 Boeing jumbo jet, that's on the left side as well. We're just past that. Okay, that is Soy 6. No, here, sorry, we haven't passed it yet. Here is the runway 88. Oh yeah, they're doing food handout here. I remember when I passed before. Yes, so there's the jumbo jet. So we'll continue up here. On the left side, that blue building, that's Siam. It's a really, really classy hotel, lovely hotel. Great view from the roof up there, and it has a couple of swimming pools up near the roof. And on the right here is Central Marina, which is a lovely shopping mall with a big sea at the back. And that opened on the 1st. So we'll park up here and we'll have a little wander into Central Marina, and I'll show you around. And we'll continue with the chat. Okay? Right, I'll continue the chat. So going back to the issue of sponsorship, you may ask yourself, why would any sensible guy send money to a working girl every month? It's beyond some people's comprehension. Well, some guys fall in love easily, especially if they're inexperienced and have never had a girl press the right buttons before. And your emotions take over completely. And these guys don't want their, in brackets, girlfriends working in a bar and going with other customers especially. Just for a few thousand baht a month, it means that she can go home and live with her family. Now, there are some girls who actually do this, really do it, and are happy to stay with the family and wait for the boyfriends to come visit them in Thailand every few months. And these girls are wonderful, and they are few and far between. Most of these girls collect boyfriends or sponsors like a piece of jewelry, to be just flashed when necessary. Now, at the end of your vacation, this girlfriend may suggest that she accompanies you in the taxi to the airport in Bangkok to spend the last few hours together. And no doubt there'll be plenty of tears on the way. However, the real reason for this trip with you to the airport is twofold. One is to make sure no other girl has a chance to get her claws into you in the meantime, or even on the way. And the other one is to make sure that you are actually leaving Pattaya and not just changing hotels like some guys have been known to do, yeah, for a bit of freedom. Yeah, an Aussie friend of mine, he had a regular girlfriend in Pattaya, and she would always come with him to Suvarnabhumi Airport to make sure that he left and everything was okay. But my friend used to pay the taxi 2 ways, so he would pay for it both ways. So she didn't get out the taxi when he got to the airport. She stayed in the taxi, dropped him off in his bag, and he went into the airport, and she drove back with the taxi driver back to Pattaya. And my friend would go into the airport would go down the escalator, go down to the lower floors, and get straight downstairs to a taxi rank, and he would get a taxi into Bangkok. And he always stayed at a hotel on Sukhumvit Road between Soi 4 and Soi Cowboy. And he would have a couple of nights in Bangkok before he left. And then when he got back to Australia, he told his girlfriend every time that whenever he returned to Oz, it always took a couple of days to reactivate his Australian SIM card. It was always a problem. He used to do that. So it's not only one way, guys, it's two ways, two ways. So once you get back home and you get back to work on Monday morning, that's when the reality and the depression can kick in. And your first ever Pattaya, and what you would consider to be the best vacation of your life, seemed like a dream. But it's life-changing. It's a life-changing dream because you're addicted. And there's nowhere else you would ever consider going to now that you've discovered Pattaya. And the first chance you get, you'll go and you'll rebook to come back again and again. And whether you choose to go back to visit this particular girl or just repeat the whole experience the next time, or be a complete butterfly, is entirely up to you, as the Thais say. But one thing is for certain, you will be back. So you guys who are still with me, it's 22 minutes you've been listening to me yap on. One other thing that I did notice that's just come up recently is they've approved the Pattaya Move On, like a sort of sandbox arrangement. But you won't like the full details, I'm afraid. You really won't. The plan is you have to come and stay at a resort for 7 days, and you're not allowed out of the resort. Okay? You have to have a COVID test. You have to be double vaccinated. You have to have a certificate of entry. You have to have insurance, health insurance. And then during that 7 days, while you're in the resort, you have to pay for 2 more COVID tests. And then, if everything's negative, you can then go out, but not on your own. You can only go out with a tour. An organised tour, and only to approved low-risk locations such as temples and places like that. Then after 14 days in the resort and another negative test, then you'll be free to go anywhere in Thailand. So not good, is it? I mean, I wouldn't do it, and I'm sure that many of you guys won't do it either. I just don't think it's going to work. I think people are simply going to wait until there's no quarantine whatsoever. That's my opinion. Anyway, guys, thanks for hanging in there. Tell me what you thought about the chat and the very first time you ever came, the very first night, week, or whatever days in Pattaya. Just make some comments for the newbies to give some advice to them. And also, what did you think about the malls? I mean, I bet a lot of you have never seen the inside of the Royal Garden place before, or this one we're in now, or just leaving now, this Marina. I mean, a lot of you will have been to Central Festival, but not the other ones. And then I'm going to do another chat video in the next week or so, and we're going to go around Terminal 21, but all of it, the whole of Terminal 21, and have a good chat. Okay? Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and to like and to share and to ring the notification bell. And we'll see you on the next video, and thank you very much for watching.